Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and it's Beer 30. Correct? Correct them. But anyway, welcome to the Beer 30 report, live and in color from Central Texas, USA. I'm Rusty 78609. I'm 73 years old, and I drink beer every day that ends in Y. Okay? And what does that mean? I've been doing it for a long time, guys. Long time. First time I drank beer, I think I was the ripe old age of 13, or probably in that range, because in the hometown I grew up in, Kennedy, Texas, nobody really cared. We used to go to dances, and never mind, enough said about that. But anyway, all this is coming to you live from my 17-foot casita travel trailer, which actually turns out to be about, don't you love this shirt? This was done by a viewer a long time ago and sent to me, and it's really, really nice. I mean, he did an excellent job, and I thank whoever that was. It was some guy from New York, I think. But anyway, I have a lot of high-tech stuff in here. You know, this I'm actually competing head-on with CNN, CNBC, Fox News, and all the other national media. Right now, my ratings are going up faster than theirs, substantially faster, as a matter of fact. I've been contacted twice today related to my joining them, and I've refused both offers, even though they were 9-figure income offers. And you know, what's that to me? That's chump change. But anyway, so all the equipment I have here that you can see. Actually, this is Trenton Clump. If I can get him turned around here, he was taking a nap, and I'll wake him up here. But anyway, yeah, that's Trenton Clump. These are real bananas. I know y'all have probably never seen these, but those are what are called bananas. And over here is Olive Oil's bra. Let me get back up here. Right there is Olive Oil's bra, and behind it is a dehumidifier. What for? To dehumidify stuff. Okay. Anyway, I am sponsored now. I have a sponsor. Sponsor contacted me yesterday, and again this morning. And I said, well, okay, if you want to furnish me free beer, that's fine. And they said they would. And but the name of the company is Cheap Beer Incorporated. And the way I found them is I'm always looking for the cheapest beer in the whole world to buy. I have no brand loyalty at all. I'm loyal to money, CASH, and so you know, cheap beer jumped right in there, and they do have some cheap beer. You can buy a 30-pack for $9.99, and it's 4.2% alcohol, and the rest is, I guess, creek water or something. I'm not sure. And also another one that contacted me, and I haven't decided it yet, is the American Camel Society. I know y'all probably never heard of that one, but yeah, they actually have an American Camel Society, and they would like for me to represent them. They're going to send me a camel, and I thought, well, you know, I don't know. We'll have to check on that and see if my property owner association will allow me to have a camel. I haven't seen any camels in this area in quite a while. Also, I have a staff that I have to pay now. I hired a whole staff this morning. And early this afternoon, I've got over 200 employees now, mostly reporters. They go all over the world. In fact, most of them flew out of Kingsland, Texas. They have a little airport there in Kingsland. You can land, I don't know, you can probably land a paraglider on there, or you might be able to land on the airport runway if you had in a parachute. But as far as taking off, you're very, very limited on that. What else? Today, let me give you some of the news. I'll give you a full report here. You know, first of all, the staff that I have contacted me. I told them to contact me every day at 2 p.m. and give me the latest international news, or world news, the latest national news, you know, the USA, and then the latest regional, you know, being Texas in this area, and then the latest local. And so far, I haven't heard from any of them. They may all be fired, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I may be back to zero staff, which I enjoy anyway. But what else? What is there to report? I guess the highlight of the day, and I think y'all might want to get a pen and pencil and make a note of this because it's something that's very important, and I was not aware of it until today. I went to Walmart looking for a small temperature gauge to put in my Dometic refrigerator in my RV. I have a little 4 cubic foot refrigerator inside the RV. And I wanted to put a little temperature gauge in there so that when I'm RVing, I could check and see that the temperature was still okay. However, I went to Walmart, and this is something I wanted to tell you and share with you and let you write it down so you'll know in the future. They don't have any. They don't have any temperature gauges like that at all. Nowhere. I went to the automotive. They have a little aisle where they have stuff. I talked to 3 different salespeople. They don't have any, and they didn't. They really didn't. I also went to Dollar General and another dollar type store, and they don't have any either. So if you're in the temperature gauge business, you certainly have an open market to make millions of dollars. And what else can I report to you today? Well, I can report to you that I had a leftover piece of sausage for lunch. I thought that was exciting. And some steamed broccoli I thought was great. And tonight I've got here, I'll show you. This is one of my favorites. This is 2 pieces of leftover pizza, which is that to me that's a big treat. I mean, and I usually have that with a glass of red wine. I'll show you my wine. Because since the reporters haven't given me anything, I'm just kind of filling in until they call. You'll hear a phone ring. I've got the red phone behind me somewhere here, or in front of me. I can't remember where. But anyway, this is St. Genevieve. This is a red wine from Fort Stockton, Texas. It's cellared and bottled by St. Genevieve, Fort Stockton, Texas. Now it just says cellared and bottled. All right, 12% alcohol. This is a 1.5 liter, and you can buy this thing right here for about $7. And is it good? Yes, it's damn good. But this is a beer 30 deal. It's not a wine 30. I just thought I'd tell you what happens after beer 30. I go immediately to wine 30, and continue on till I can't go anymore. No, I don't drink that much. I don't drink any less, but I don't drink any more. And what else? This has been a busy day. I probably won't do these a whole lot. You know why? Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about, guys. I know that y'all want to get back and watch the national news on TV, particularly what's going on in Washington and in our country and the wall and all that stuff, because it's very important for you to keep up with that. And the reason is because it will gradually drive you totally insane, okay? And that's the goal of this country, is for those that are partially sane, the few that remain, they'll complete the process of driving them completely nuts, okay? And you'll see people walking around the street wandering in circles, and they won't know where they are. They'll be 18 years old and suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's at 18. And that's an old-timer's disease. But anyway, stay away from that crap. And what else? I guess the best thing for you to do, and it works for me, is I don't have a television. That's one thing I don't have. I mean, that place where that olive oil's bra is, that little rack there, that's a mount for a television. There's a 110 or 120 volt outlet next to it, double, and a 12 volt thing too. And I just had them put. The reason I got that is not because I wanted to put a TV there. I wanted to hang olive oil's bra there, and I needed a place to hang it so it would be visible during the videos. And all this stuff takes a lot of long range planning. I know y'all take me for granted in a lot of ways, and I don't blame you, because I know I appear to be very simple, but inside of this head here is a very complex thinking machine called a brain. And mine is finely tuned. I mean, it is amazingly efficient. I rarely forget the year. I do forget the day and the month and the time most of the time. And I forget names of things periodically. Like this is Trenton Clump, and I couldn't remember that the other day. And I did remember the bananas, though. And as you get older, I'm 73, you will find that these things happen. Somebody mentioned in a comment here today that I ought to tell you all again the story of the rooster that died of lead poisoning. Well, here's the story of the rooster that died of lead poisoning. And this was many years ago. This goes all the way back to about 1977 or in that range. I'd say 1977. I just built a home out in the country on 6 acres and And yeah, I was rolling. And of course, you can take the guy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the guy. Well, I was born and raised in Kennedy, Texas, on a farm. We had chickens, hogs, cattle, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that wasn't out of my system yet. So when I got the property of 6 acres and built a house on it, first thing I did was get me some chickens and build a chicken coop. And I'm sure my neighbors were extremely impressed because the rooster crowed. One thing about roosters, see, roosters don't. A lot of people have the illusion or whatever misconception that roosters just crow in the morning. They crow all the time. They crow all day long. I mean, they crow whenever they hear anything. If they hear another, if they think they hear another rooster, they crow. Okay, but anyway, enough said about the crowing. But that's how I got the chickens, and I had like, I don't know, 6 or 8 hens and 1 rooster. Now, why I had 1 rooster? The guy that I bought the hens from, he said, "You got to have a rooster." I said, "What for?" He said, "You got to have a rooster." I said, "Well, okay, I'll get a rooster then." And little did I know, this guy sold fighting cocks. Okay, you know, I mean, these roosters he had were beautiful. Oh, they were the most colorful things you've ever seen in your life. I mean, they had red, orange, gold around their neck, feathers. I mean, this guy looked like this rooster looked like a king. Okay, I mean, I was bowed to him one time. Well, anyway, I had the rooster for quite a while, but the rooster was always a threat. In other words, and they're just like goats. Whenever you turn your back to a rooster, on their little legs, they have things called spurs, and those little spurs are little like needles that stick out. I mean, they're like big thorns, and they can clamp them on you and spur the crap out of you. Yeah, and it would cause a hell of an infection if they did it. And I was aware of that. But anyway, and the way you can tell when he's fixing to charge is he'll put his wings down, and then he starts to come. But he'll only do that when you turn your back. Because in other words, you can be walking along and then turn around real quick, and he'll already have his wings down like he's getting ready, and he is getting ready because he'd spur anything, including me. Well, anyway, he went across the street one day. My neighbor had some chickens, and he decided, well, you know, a woman's a woman, so he just decided he's going to take them under his wing. So the rooster went across the road to my neighbor's, which was probably from where the chicken coop was. I mean, you know, I didn't have them pinned in. I let them just roam around, and then in the evenings, you know, they would come in and roost. And that's how it went day after day, and I fortunately wasn't bothered by coyotes stealing them at all. But anyway, so he decided one day he'd go across the road because he heard those hens over there, you know. So he went over there and fooled around. Well, the owner came out to run him off. Well, the owner didn't know the trick. You got to watch that rooster because if you turn your back on him, he'll get you. Well, he did. He spurred the guy on his arm, okay? Guy had to go to the emergency room, okay? And anyway, and his last name, I just remember his last name was Watson. I don't remember his first name. He was a meat inspector. But anyway, he let me know it. And I thought, okay, rooster, you are in deep poo-poo now. So anyway, the rooster, here he comes wandering back across there like he hadn't done a thing all day, but just walk around. So anyway, the next day, I went out there and I thought, well, hell, I'm just going to have to keep this rooster pinned up somehow because he can't go around spurring people and kids and stuff because he'll spur anything. So I thought, okay, we'll do that. I had a 410 shotgun, single shot, okay? Anyway, I go out the next morning or day after, whenever it was, and sure enough, here that damn rooster come he had his wings down and he was just going. Guess where he's going? Right at me. All right. He didn't spur me though. He got one of his spurs caught in my blue jeans, and he didn't get me on the skin. But I thought, okay, rooster, you sin now. So anyway, later that day or within a few minutes, he died of lead poisoning. A major dose, okay, major dose. Well, then, going on here, this story seems like it's never going to end. My new bride, then, I've been married and divorced 3 times. And anyway, somebody left a comment today. They want to know if I took my wife with me or what she did while I was traveling. Well, the last I heard of my last wife, or one of them, she was a prostitute in Mexico somewhere, and I lost track of her after that. But anyway, back to the rooster story. So anyway, this new bride I had, young girl, said that, well, I was just going to haul it out and throw it in the trash can. No, we can eat that thing. I said, honey, you can't eat a rooster. You know, the damn old meat would be tough as rawhide. Oh, no, I don't worry. You get him ready and I'll cook it. All right, so anyway, getting the feathers off a damn rooster ain't easy, okay? You got to get hot water. Well, that's how we did it, or how I did it. Anyway, I finally got it cleaned up, or I just gutted it, you know what I mean, and took it in the house. and got the pellets out of it best I could. I mean, them pellets everywhere. Anyway, you don't want to eat lead pellets because that's what they had back then. So anyway, I took it in the house. Sure enough, she cut it up into pieces and stuff and fried it. Okay, and fried it. Smelled good, smelled like chicken. And so anyway, later on, when supper came, the evening meal, what we call it was supper, the kids sit down at the table, and I remember one of the kids, I don't remember the name, it was one of hers, it was yours, mine, and ours, the whole team, and he said, I think he had a breast or whatever it was. Anyway, he tried to get the bite into it. He said, damn, he couldn't get the meat off. I said, son, you're going to have to take a fork and scrape it off the best you can. Anyway, that's the story of the rooster. And is that part of my report? Yes, that goes into the report, and so keep that in your pocket forever. And I do have a beer here. I just want to tell you that I do have a beer, but I don't know what the rules are on drinking beer on YouTube and stuff. And even though I show you this thing, but anyway, so you heard the chicken story, and my reporters are still out. And I got to tell you this, there is no news. Okay. I mean, if you went back 1,000 years, you're going to hear the news, okay? Whatever the news, even though it's word of mouth, it's gossip back then. That's what they called it. Now it's gossip, but it's over the internet. It's everywhere, okay? It's the same thing. Nothing's changed, guys. Nothing's changed. I mean, whenever we learned how to write, that's when gossip took over. All right. I mean, well, actually, it was still. I mean, word of mouth is even better because without writing, you had to talk, and don't think people didn't talk. So. Anyway, guys, for your own edification, one of those $3 words, I'm not sure what it means, but it damn sure sounds good when you say it. Just lay off the TV, man, the talking heads and stuff. Watch this video here about 20 times, and you'll know the story of the rooster in Central Texas. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I grew up around chickens, and I never had a rooster try to spur me. I've had them kind of run at me, but never really seriously going to spur me. But that damn old fighting cock, that damn thing he'd do it. He did it. Poor old neighbor. He had his damn arm wrapped up for about, I don't know, a month or so. I don't know if it got infected or not. I'm sure it did. That's terrible though, man. Anyway, I got rid of the rooster, and that's the end of the deal. But anyway, guys, don't forget to make donations to the American Camel Society and Cheap Beer Incorporated, because they'll send it to me and I'll spend it on beer. And but anyway, thank you very much. I don't think I can do this every day, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, I could, but it's not like Comment Call where I get fed stuff. But anyway, we'll see. But anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Keep your health, drink plenty of water. Use the Amazon link. If you think about it, I get a commission. Doesn't cost you a penny. Anyway, whatever you think, guys. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.